In 2019, a single company was valued at $47 billion. It had never made a profit. It rented office space and somehow convinced the world it was a tech company. Worth more than Ford, Twitter, and Marriott combined. This is the story of WeWork. And nearly took down one of the most powerful investment banks on earth along with him. This is what happens when vision becomes delusion and delusion gets a $10 billion check. It starts, like so many American stories, with an immigrant and a dream. Adam Neumann was born in Israel in 1979. He grew up partly on a kibbutz, a communal living community. And that idea of shared space, shared purpose, shared energy would shape everything that came after. He moved to New York in the mid-2000s with almost nothing. He tried selling baby clothes with knee pads. He failed. He tried other ventures. He failed again. 2010 era Manhattan startup culture montage. But Adam Neumann had one extraordinary gift. He could walk into a room and make every single person in it believe they were witnessing the future. In 2008, the financial crisis hit. Sudden companies were slashing office space. Freelancers were everywhere. And a new class of worker was emerging.
This cubicle life is killing me.
We can't afford a real office. Neumann saw the gap.
And he built something better.
In 2010, together with Miguel McKelvey, he co-founded WeWork, a company that would take large commercial leases, subdivide them into stylish co-working spaces, and rent them out by the desk or by the month. The concept wasn't new, but the execution, the aesthetic, the energy, the sense of belonging, that was different. WeWork didn't just sell office space, it sold a feeling. The growth was unlike anything the commercial real estate world had ever seen. By 2014, WeWork was operating in 13 cities. By 2017, it was in 59 cities across 22 countries. Hundreds of thousands of members. A brand that felt more like a cult than a company. And then came SoftBank.
In a winner-take-all world, we must invest boldly. That is why we are announcing the SoftBank Vision Fund. We will flood the market with so much capital that no competitor can survive.
He had done it with Alibaba. He had done it with Sprint. And when he met Adam Neumann in 2017, he was ready to do it again. The story goes, and this is real, that Son met Neumann, toured a WeWork office for roughly 12 minutes, and then offered him $4.4 billion. Son reportedly told Neumann, "In a fight, it's better to be crazy." And Adam Neumann was more than happy to be crazy. Elevate the world's consciousness. WeWork will be worth $10 trillion. We are living forever. I will be president of the world. But behind the neon signs and the free beer on tap, the numbers told a different story. In 2018, WeWork lost $1.9 billion on revenue of $1.8 billion. They were spending more money than they were making, by a lot, and their entire model depended on a dangerous mismatch. They signed long-term leases, sometimes 15 years, and rented to members on flexible, short-term contracts. In plain English, WeWork owed billions in rent no matter what, but their customers could leave next month. The moment of reckoning came in August 2019, when WeWork filed its S-1, the document you publish when you're about to go public on the stock market. It was supposed to be a triumph, an IPO that would cement WeWork as one of the great companies of its era. Instead, it became one of the most scrutinized documents in Wall Street history. Analysts tore it apart. Neumann had personally trademarked the word "we" and then charged his own company $5.9 million to use it. He had borrowed hundreds of millions against his own stock while simultaneously encouraging employees to hold theirs. He had real estate dealings where he was both landlord and tenant, buying buildings, then leasing them back to WeWork. The S1 also revealed that his wife, Rebecca Neumann, would have a role in choosing his successor if he ever left the company. The Wall Street Journal published an investigation, then another. The stories multiplied.
This is unbelievable.
There were reports of Neumann smoking marijuana on a private jet, of tequila shots at company all-hands meetings, of a culture where loyalty to Adam was prized above results. The IPO, once expected to value WeWork at $47 billion, was quietly shelved.
First to below $8 billion.
In September 2019, WeWork's board had seen enough. Adam Neumann was asked to resign as CEO. He did not go quietly. Negotiations over his exit package were messy, drawn out, and extraordinary. When the dust settled, Neumann walked away with a package worth approximately $1.7 billion, largely funded by SoftBank and Help Street. LDOB left. SoftBank, now desperately trying to stop a total collapse, pumped in another $9.5 billion to keep WeWork alive. They had no choice. Walking away meant writing off their entire investment. In the months that followed, WeWork laid off thousands of employees. Thousands of people who had believed in the mission were simply let go. By 2023, WeWork had filed for bankruptcy. The $47 billion company was worth almost nothing. So what do we actually learn from this? Because here's the thing, the idea wasn't entirely wrong. Co-working is real. Flexible office space is real. The need for community and belonging in modern work? Absolutely real. WeWork in some stripped-back, this is never the product. The problem was the story that got told around it. We live in an era where the ability to sell a vision has become disconnected from the ability to build something that works, where the size of your funding round is mistaken for evidence of your value, where charisma gets confused with competence. Adam Neumann didn't fool everyone despite being outrageous. He fooled them because of it. Because in a world drowning at ordinary pitches, someone who talked about changing human consciousness felt electric, felt like the future. In Silicon Valley, startup pitch decks don't need to lip sync with character. Masayoshi Son, one of the most experienced investors, handed over billions based on a 12-minute tour. Somewhere in a WeWork office right now, or whatever it's called after the rebrand, someone is sitting at a shared desk working on their startup, trying to build something real. They probably don't know much about Adam Neumann. And maybe that's fine. Maybe the lesson isn't about one man's ego. Maybe it's about ours, our collective hunger for a great story, so powerful that we'll fund it, celebrate it, and follow it long after the numbers stop making sense. The rise and fall of WeWork is a story about ambition, money, and the seductive power of belief. The next time someone tells you they're going to change the world, ask to see the spreadsheet. If you found this video interesting,